So for the first card, this is Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moons, and Scorpio Risings. So we have the Knight of Wands. So it would seem that you guys are pretty focused on positive changes and opportunities. The Knight of Wands, he always brings us opportunities. Sometimes they're very unexpected opportunities. Sometimes this card can simply be about change. But whatever change the Knight of Wands brings, it's one of that's really, really positive. It's a positivity. So ultimately, it's for the good. So it definitely seems you guys are focused on changes, opportunities, things of that nature. Oh, very nice. So we clarify we have the Ace of Wands. So yeah, this is definitely us being given a new start. I always look at the Ace of Wands kind of like the hand of God, so to speak. Yeah. So we are definitely blessed with a new start. And for some of you, this could be indicating that maybe you might have gotten a new job. Maybe some of you have moved, or maybe that's something that you would like to do. Sometimes this can indicate travel or just, an adventure overall. But no matter what, this looks positive. Absolutely positive. I mean, I'm loving it. Great way to start. Absolutely. And I like the fact that the Ace of Wands, we really get that fire and that drive to go after what we want. Love it. Okay, so this would be circumstances. So we have 9 of Cups. So this is always about a wish that we have. Now when we find this in the upright position, generally this is a wish come true. So maybe whatever these changes are and this new start, maybe you wished for it. Maybe this is something you've wanted for a long time. No matter what it is, this definitely indicates that you're receiving a wish or you're wanting to receive a wish. This wish could be for a relationship, romantic. This could be a wish for new friends, for a better job, more money. I mean, it can be just about anything, Every Scorpio sun, moon, and rising is different. We don't all want the same exact things, so, and that's okay. I mean, if we were all the same, that would be pretty boring. We would be like a bunch of Stepford wives and husbands just walking around. It's like The Walking Dead, but just living. Okay. So we have these 7 of Wands to clarify the 9 of Cups. So the 7 of Wands is always about stiff competition. So you might feel like you're having to compete in order to achieve this wish. But there's also an element of you might feel like something or someone is an enemy. Yeah. And, I mean, you see this man, look at him. He's got 6 wands at him, and he's standing there. He's definitely in defense mode, like, try to come at me in my wish. I'm going to defend myself. You ain't getting it. It's mine. So, yeah, you're definitely ready, willing, and able to defend yourself and this wish, or whatever this wish represents for you. This might be competition, and if it is competition, just know that with the inner strength that you Scorpios have, you got this. Don't worry. Okay, so this would be the focus position. So we have the Eight of Cups. So typically, this is where we stack our cups up because we're like done with the situation and we're walking away from it. So we walk away from a situation of some sort, or one could say we abandon a situation. But typically we do this because we're going on our spiritual quest. Sometimes this can be about, we just are wanting to see, maybe the grass is greener on the other side. But a lot of times I associate this card as we walk away from something that wasn't fulfilling us, and we want something that has a higher purpose, a higher meaning for us, something with a more spiritual value to it. Yeah. Like for some, this could indicate maybe walking away from a relationship you might have been in, maybe a romantic one. Maybe there just wasn't any spiritual connection left there. And maybe you're like, you know what? I want a relationship that has a higher meaning, a higher purpose. I want a relationship with someone whom I'm going to be very spiritually connected to. So it's a possibility, but in general, this card's about walking away from something. Typically, with cups, this can be love, but this could be a romantic type of love or platonic. So it can go either way. There could be a friend that maybe you've been friends with for a long time that you've cared about, but maybe you guys have just simply outgrown each other and you decide to walk away. This can manifest in different ways, but again, there will be an element of you did care for this person or this situation that you walk away from. You're just tired of putting all the energy into it and not getting enough back. Okay, so we clarify we have the Three of Cups. So this is kind of an odd combination. Sorry about that. My fur baby's barking. Okay, so this is about a celebration. This is a coming together of, friends or family. And we're celebrating. And we have a good reason to celebrate. Sometimes someone could have graduated. Maybe there's I got the job. Or maybe you're just ready to go out and celebrate that I finally got the hell out of this particular situation. It can come through many different ways. So for some of you, there might be a celebration that maybe you want to escape from. Always a possibility, so I gotta throw it out there. But typically the Three of Cups, this is a very good card. This can also be a card of where we are able to reconcile. So maybe a reconciliation is possible within a relationship, as being indicated by the Three of Cups. But maybe you just feel like you've outgrown the situation. Maybe you feel like, no, I can't do it anymore. Maybe you can't trust the person anymore. It could be many different things, and the Three of Cups, a lot of times I associate with friends, but this can be friends, loved ones, and sometimes even about our lover, but a lot of times I associate it with friends. So for some of you, you could be walking away from some friendships. But again, this could be friendship, relationship, whatever it may be. And for some of you, maybe you walk away and then you end up at a celebration. Maybe you're celebrating. Maybe you end up at someone else's celebration. But typically with the Three of Cups, this is about achieving something, and we have a reason to celebrate. So you'll know how that fits in for you. Okay, so this would be the position of your recent past. So we have the King of Wands in the reversed position. So this could be an actual person that you might have dealt with in your past, male or female. Or this could be simply representing your energy from the past. So this can go either way. And again, it can be male or female. So with the King of Wands in reverse, here we see the weaker side, I guess. I hate to use that word. Because that's not ever what I would really associate the fire signs with. But when we have the King of Wands in reverse, this shows that we're lacking self-confidence. Maybe we're not able to see certain things through. It could be for many different reasons why we can't see them through. But you know, the confidence level is just, it's like an absence of confidence. I mean, that's not where we want the King of Wands to be. This could also be someone that could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius type of energy, or someone who may behave in that type of way, might have some fiery energy within their character. Now, the King of Wands in reverse, he can be pretty insecure and just unsure of himself and others. I don't like this card in the reverse. Sometimes this can be definitely the more aggressive side. They can come across really temperamental. So, again, this could be somebody else or it could be you. But maybe, you know, you might be lacking focus, or someone else in your life was lacking focus. A lot of times this can be not only a lack of confidence, but a lack of self-esteem. You know, and this is where the whole negative self-talk can come in. I apologize. My dog's barking. Okay, sorry about that. Hopefully she stays quiet. Fingers crossed. Okay, yeah. Another thing. Sometimes, not only do we have a lack of follow-through that can occur, but we can be feeling pretty pessimistic. And sometimes because we're doubting ourselves, you know, and we got no confidence and all of that, sometimes there can just be a tendency to let everything fall away or everything go to shit. Pardon my French, but you know, it all stems from that lack of confidence and the lack of self-esteem and the insecurities. So we clarify, and we have the Ace of Cups in the reversed position. So this definitely represents a rushing out of emotions. So sometimes this can indicate that perhaps maybe we might have a fear of commitment. Maybe we might be afraid to start over in a relationship. Sometimes this can indicate that perhaps maybe we might be preoccupied with other things, and so we can actually come across as selfish, unfortunately. And although that is not the intention, it's so easy to get caught up in the day-to-day grind. I mean, it's not always intentional. But again, you know, this can represent a fear of commitment. This can also indicate a heart that is not open to love. And this can be for many reasons. Maybe you've been hurt a lot. Maybe this particular person might have hurt you. And maybe you just feel like, I don't have it in me to keep doing this over and over again. Yeah. And psychic ability wise, this can definitely indicate that you might feel blocked. And that block is stemming because of insecurity, lack of self-confidence. You must believe in yourself. Stop that negative self-talk and those negative self-thoughts that are, stop all that. That just kind of makes the situation worse. Okay, so this would be the present, the here and the now energy. So we have 10 of Cups in reverse. So if, definitely not the greatest, but, for every Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising, this can play out a little differently. But overall, the 10 of Cups in reverse can indicate that, that a family, a home life, family life, even a marriage could be experiencing some issues right now. We could be experiencing some unhappiness in regards to a marriage, a relationship, romantic or platonic. Yeah. Sometimes this can indicate that something within the home might need to be replaced or in need of maintenance. And a lot of times I associate this with, say, like plumbing pipes, water heater, washing machine, whatever, water. Typically, if something breaks down, it will have something to do with water. So, it could even be a dishwasher. Many different things. I can even resonate with this card. My furnace literally broke down about 2 months ago, still not fixed. But thankfully, I'm okay. It's finally warmed up where I'm at, so thank goodness. But yeah, 10 of Cups, I can definitely identify. Sometimes this can actually indicate, an act of God. So flooding. Some people do live in areas where flooding can occur more often, especially if we're below sea level. Okay. But in general, this can definitely be indicating that there is something going on that has upset the family. This is also about, contentment. And when this card's in the upright, I always call this our happily ever after, because it's about us, having that contentment and that happiness within the home life. For some of you, maybe kids are acting out. For some of you, maybe you've got a significant other or a spouse, or maybe you're not happy. Okay, so it's clarified by Temperance in reverse. So this definitely indicates that you're out of balance and that your emotions are basically making the decisions for you. So that's not ever good. We need to be balanced emotionally and mentally. So we need to have intellect and emotion in complete balance. But when we get this card in the reverse, the emotion is in control. And well, Scorpio energy, we are very emotional. We feel intensely. So we definitely need to rein those emotions in, though, because unfortunately, when we're super emotional, sometimes it can make us a little volatile. And when we see Temperance in reverse, we really need to be patient and tolerant. But unfortunately, sometimes we're coming across as impatient and intolerant, and it's because our emotions are in charge. We're going through, a situation that has us upset. Maybe there's a loss surrounding it. And so it's made us a little more emotional than we already are normally. So But yes, this can definitely indicate that you might have problems with other people, and it all stems to our emotions because we're trying to deal with a situation, but yet it can be hard for us to get everything centered and, balanced again. Sometimes we just got to kind of go through it. But the Temperance card also is about being really impatient. It's like we want this done or this fixed like last year. Not like yesterday, like last year. I mean, we want what we want. We want it right now. We don't want to wait. We're not wanting to compromise. And, this can cause more problems. So, now if you have to work with, say, customers, yeah, this can be a little bit of a sticky situation. Because we really need to be able to be tolerant. We need to listen to the customer's complaints. And a lot of times when this card's in reverse, we just don't want to hear it. And so we can end up, in the long run, hurting ourselves. And so if you work a job that's dealing with other people, you definitely want to be careful. Definitely want to try to control the emotional reactions. Yeah. But also there's something I always like to say associated with this card is we need to slow down and smell the roses because we're just running, trying to just get everything done. And if we don't take time to slow down and smell some roses and appreciate the beauty of them and appreciate the fragrance of them. When we slow down and we do this, we could actually end up getting an opportunity. But that opportunity is only possible if we slow down and we're open to it. Now, what this says is maybe you can no longer be patient. Maybe you can't tolerate a situation that's going on within your home right now. Maybe you're just at the end of your rope.